Hello Exploders, welcome back to another instalment of our weekly videos. Hope you're all alright. The weather's been pretty miserable, as been where we are, so I hope you're still managing to get out for those lockdown walks and those lockdown runs. But you join us sort of towards the end, we're nearly there, of our series on Moses. If you've not seen our previous videos, make sure you check them out, they're all in the STBC YouTube channel. Catch up before you watch this one, just so you know where we are in the story. But yeah, I'll let you carry on. The link, as always, is in the description below, and I'll be here waiting for you, and we can just wrap up a few things that we watched in that video. See you soon. Now, you're probably like me. You've probably heard that story a few times before, and you think, oh yeah, I've heard that before. But actually, when you stop and think that that is a true story, it amazes me. You know, the little men that we just watched, they told the story brilliantly. But when you add into it that the Israelites escaping from Egypt, there are about 2 million of them, and they were escaping with their about 1 million animals. You know, things like cows and sheep and whatever animals that would be useful to them. And it's just, you know, they've spent so long in slavery, and now because of the 10 plagues which we learnt about, they were able to go free. They could go, and they must have thought, here we go, freedom, let's go and enjoy it. But what they didn't count on was, as the video covered, that Pharaoh changed his mind and sent his army after them. Now, his army would have been about 650,000 men, and it probably would have been the best, if not one of the best, armies in the world. And when the Israelites were escaping, they thought, right, the army's coming, we've got to pick up our pace here. So they kept going, and eventually they made it to the Red Sea. And for 2 million people to cross a sea with no boats, or bridges, or tunnels, or whatever it was, it wouldn't have happened. You know, there's no way you can get that many people across, and some of them must have thought, here we go, we've escaped, and now Pharaoh's going to kill us. But actually, Moses had real faith, and he stuck his staff into the sea, and as we know, the waters rose and created that dry path that they could go through. And the Red Sea was about, the point they were crossing was about half a mile wide. And it would have taken them, 2 million of them, 1 million animals, about 2 hours to get across. So as quickly as they could, they ran in, and 2 hours later they're all out the other side, and the waters crashed down, collapsed, and killed the army that were coming in to try and kill them. And you think, what's the point? What can we learn from that now? And the point is that God always delivers on his promises. He promised Moses that he was going to get those people out of there, which he did, but he would never have led them to their death. He would never have led them to a position where they were trapped. They would have been scared and they would have just been killed. It didn't happen. I'm sure the escape from Egypt wasn't that the slaves thought it might have been or hoped it might have been, but God always comes through. And it just shows that through life, bad things might happen, but God's always in control. And although it doesn't always go our way, there's always a reason for it. And it's always because God loves us. And he wants the best for us. And although we don't appreciate that at the time, he really does. And another one of his promises is he's promised that if we trust Jesus, and if we confess our sin to him, and just believe that Jesus died for our sin, that we can go and live with him for eternity in heaven once we die. And I think that's just amazing. If you want to find out more, message us or email us, or however way you want to get in contact with us. We'd love to speak to you about it. That's not just the Exploders, that's anyone that's watching this. And with that in mind, I want to wish you a good rest of the week. And don't forget to check out those other videos on the St. Thomas Baptist Church YouTube channel, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.